greetings to all of you from my country, from where I am endeavoring to address you live, and it is shortly after 1:30 a.m. or early dawn of January the 1st, the New Year's Day of the Gregorian year 2021. I crave leave to address all of you while extending my most cordial, delightful, and respectful greetings to all of you individually and, of course, collectively. Although the Gregorian year 2020 has been considerably disappointing for many, if not most of us, yet I, being an optimist, hope from the very core of my heart, and thus wish you a very blissful and happy New Year. Yes, you heard me correctly, I'm optimist. From an early age, I had to confront various types of odds in my life. I left my parental home for Europe when I was only 17 years and 18 days of age, and reached Europe when I was exactly 17 years and 19 days old. I had to face too many challenges in life, but I never gave up. Trusting my Creator, whom I believe to be my most benevolent, loyal, and indeed very faithfully reliable friend, my Creator, the Almighty, I battled. And I encourage all of you to do the same, even when you believe there is no way out. Had I given up earlier, when I faced even some of the difficult challenges, I would have reached a point which would probably be merely and absolutely, certainly, if I may use the expression in speech marks, frustrating in my life. I did not give up, and thus I encourage you never to give up in life, and most certainly not in this new year, the Gregorian year 2021. I'm fully aware of the fact that many of us are not well enough even to watch this video live, while I crave to address you as well as them, my most beloved, dear and respected friends. I share the grief, the pains, the utter disappointment of all those who are suffering now. But again, being an optimistic person, I endeavor to battle along with you and encourage you to battle along with me. The year can be a very positive year, as all the days to come, indeed all the succeeding years to come, even though, according to the Holy Bible, the New Testament, none of us really knows exactly when the end of the world will take place. This was the assurance given to us by the Messiah, born in Bethlehem, or even more correctly Bethlehem, some 2025 years ago, I am saying, because it is assumed that his birth took place around at 5 BC instead of the year from which we count the year. But his birth was supposed to bring joy and hope to all of us. According to Luke's Gospel, initially the angel, and later a host of angels, appeared to the shepherds in the field, raising hopes. And now, just having celebrated Christmas with many of you just a week ago, why should I lose hope when there is hope? Provided, of course, we do not go astray like lost sheep, but be on the right path shown by our Creator and our Deliverer, even the Messiah himself. My hope rests not on my own self, nor on my own ability, for I would be nothing without my Creator's grace, mercy, and indeed his most unfailing faithfulness. I believe that if we follow his path, obey his commandments, trust in his promises, we can achieve a lot. Indeed, it is a miracle that we are still alive while many, not merely thousands, but tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and perhaps tens of millions of people are in absolute peril of death today, even while I address you live, my most respected dear, and indeed my most treasured friends, if I may use the expression. There is hope for all of us, even during this year, provided we know to use the time properly. Going astray like lost sheep, as it was already forecast, if I may use the expression, or foretold at least, by the prophet Isaiah, or Ezra, some 700 years prior to the birth of Jesus Christ in Bethlehem. Yes, this was told at a moment even when the Jewish people did not know what crucifixion was. Crucifixion was a punishment initially imposed by Macedonians, later adopted by Romans, and was exercised in order to punish slaves and those who were non-Roman citizens, as an exhibition before the world as the most severe punishment they could think of. And that little child, that baby born and which lay in the cradle in Bethlehem, was destined to receive that punishment on our behalf, for our sake, even as it was told by the prophet Simeon in the temple, when that little baby, that little child, was presented to him some 40 days after his birth, at the moment of his purification, according to the rules given by the prophet Moses or Moshe, several thousand years prior to his birth. Yes, in our life we have many challenges to face. Those challenges are not easy to overcome, or indeed to be victorious in those challenges. But there is hope, and while there is hope, we should not be discouraged. But our hope should not confine us merely to ourselves. When initially the Almighty, whom we also call Elohim, or Elohim, or even God the Almighty, El Shaddai, commanded the prophet Moses, or Moshe, to bring his people out of the land of slavery, Egypt. He said this would be the beginning of the year, the first month of the year. The first day of the month of the year also raises hopes of freedom. Freedom for us, who are imprisoned by various types of evil, if I may use the expression, which are caused by nature, caused by maybe evil forces, and caused many a times by our own selves. Yes, by our own selves. Human slavery existed since time immemorial. It was lawfully abolished and made illegal a while ago, even while the Civil War took place in America. Even before that, in the British Empire, when a number of legal experts fought their cases successfully, declaring that slavery would be inhumane, indeed, in their view, even unchristian. And I crave leave to add, even evil. And this exists today, perhaps not directly for us, but it does for many hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands, and indeed even tens of millions of the people of the world. They were perhaps not sold in slave markets as it used to be once upon a time, but they're sold illegally, too frequently. And even they are exploited as slaves, even those who consider themselves as free men and women, often by their employers, often by others. Even often when they are in desperate situations, by those who try to take advantage of the victim's disadvantages. But you and I, my most dear and respected friends, can make a difference. So why should we not take the oath today that we will not set back, but we shall speak up and speak out, and again speak up on behalf of those who are unable to speak up or speak out on their own. Even those tens of millions of people who are being exploited today, oppressed, even enslaved illegally. But more vividly than ever before, even when slave trade was legal in our world. This new year can bring hope for all of us, including our fellow citizens. If not all, yet most, or at least many, of those who are at this moment confronted with a situation which they believe to be hopeless. when they believe there is no way out. We can break those walls. We can break even those rocks of mountains and remove them from their path and show them a new hope. During the season of Christmas, it is not infrequent, not uncommon, to see a star or even stars hanging. According to the New Testament, according to the Gospel of Matthew the Apostle, or as he is also called, Saint Matthew, wise men from the east, having seen the star, came to Bethlehem to worship the newborn child, perhaps some 2 years after the birth of that particular baby, that particular child. But they came because they had seen the star of hope. We can raise hopes for those who believe that they are in hopeless situations. As I said this earlier, I crave leave to reiterate it once again. A single lamp, however little that may be, whether this is lighted by an oil lamp or a candle, a little torch lamp, or even that little torch lamp often found on our mobile phone sets, cell phones, can scatter darkness as a whole. A little lamp shining can be seen from a long distance, even when the surrounding is in utter darkness. Can we not light such a lamp in the world of darkness today, when so many people believe that they are in a hopeless situation? Can we not be those lights, those lamps, for those people who need those lamps? I believe we can. But we need to believe in ourselves and also in them, those who are suffering, that they have a future. They're entitled to have a better future than they have today. Even those who are enslaved in the world, whether sold out financially or being exploited and oppressed and treated inhumanely. So let this world of ours be a world of hope for all of us. And let us take the pledge even at this very moment. In my country, it is already January the 1st of the Gregorian year 2021. And so it is in various other countries of the world. In certain countries, there will soon be January the 1st of the Gregorian year 2021. But at this very moment, I beg you most dearly, most respectfully, to come forward in service of all those who need us. Let us be the light of this very year, remembering those wonderful words found again in Matthew's Gospel, where Jesus Christ tells those who were listening to him, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid, nor do men light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a stand, so that it gives light to all in the house." And then the Messiah, whom I believe to be true, says, "So that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." So let us be the lights, the lamps of our Creator on this on this earth, even in this dark world, when people are despairing, people are mourning, people find themselves in utter, hopeless situations, as they believe. Thank you from the very core of my heart for watching this video and coming forward to serve those who need your and my service, our genuine service, making ourselves worthy of our human births. Wish you a very blissful and happy New Year, a Gregorian year 2021. May it be a very successful year for all of us, including for you, my most beloved, dear and respected friends, and you respected visitors to this program, and you most respected viewers of this video. God bless. Happy New Year.